Everyone, I'm going to talk to you today about soft styles and whether it's effective or not. We've seen people do Aikido, we've seen people try to do Tai Chi, we've seen soft styles, and we've seen a lot of them fail. Okay, why does it fail? Why do people commit themselves to a soft style that really doesn't work? And you see, when people are fighting somebody who's very hard, they always fail. And the answer is because soft styles don't work. And what do I mean? Why would I say that? Why do I make a claim like that? We'll take the philosophy of hard and soft. We'll talk about yin and yang, about hard and soft. And, you know, there's hard forces, empty forces. And basically, people try to approach martial arts to the soft side. And the reason why you can't approach it to the soft side is because you cannot create soft. You can only create hard. Softness is a byproduct of your degree of hardness. You cannot actively create soft. It's a passive result of your degree of hardness. That's why you can't approach your martial arts, your combat, entering in a soft state, because you have no idea how hard they are. If you're trying to be soft and they come in harder than you think, you'll collapse. The idea is to create a hardness and convert the difference. That's what the soft style is for. It's not to absorb energy, it's to convert energy. And people are trying to make soft styles try to absorb energy. It's a wrong approach, because you're guessing what they're coming at you with. You cannot guess someone, because when you guess, you could be right, but most of the time you're more often wrong. And the reason why is because we'll use math as a means of expressing how we engage people. If someone comes at you with a force of 100 pounds of force on you, and you can withstand 150, obviously you wouldn't have to absorb it, you wouldn't have to bend from it, you could just withstand it because you're strong enough to take it. What happens if you're at 100 and they're at 150? Obviously they'll overwhelm you. Now people will say, well, let's just absorb it. Okay, here's the fault. They're trying to absorb 150 pounds of pressure, and that doesn't work. Okay, because one, again, you can't say what his number is. You can't control the guy's force. You can never control who that guy is throwing at or how much he's coming at you with. The only person you have to be able to control at all times is yourself, if you train properly, I should say. When we are approaching the guy, I can always come at him at 100 pounds of pressure. He comes at me, let's say 150 pounds of pressure. The difference I convert. So that's a 50-pound pressure difference, and I convert to 50. I maintain my 100, I convert to 50. I do not try to convert 150 pounds. Because one, I may not know his number. Let's just say I know I can withstand 100. I don't know what his number is. He could be 5,000, he could be 250, he could be 150. I won't know until I connect with him. Soft styles don't try to connect to someone's force and feel it out. They try to see it, they try to guess it, and then they try to absorb based on what they see. The problem is what you see is not always what you get. And so you're trying to absorb a hard energy, not knowing exactly what that force is, which can collapse you. Your job is to meet him with your force, your hardness, and the difference you convert. So like I said, if I'm 100 pounds of pressure, he comes at me 80, and I don't feel him be able to break me, then I won't convert. If I'm at 100, he goes 150, then the difference, the 50, I will convert. But I will always meet him with the constant force that I wish. It could be 80, it could be 100, it could be 200, it just depends, okay? We'll just pick 100 as a means of entering the point. So I'll hit him with 100. If he's less, if I don't feel him break me, then I won't have to be soft, okay? And being soft, like I said, is not absorbing energy. You should approach soft by converting, which means I'm turning the energy. I never want to soak in the energy. Soaking in the energy is not good, because I'm receiving the energy. I'm allowing him to enter me. My job is never to allow him to enter my space or break into my structure. I'm supposed to put it to him. So my job at 100 pounds of pressure, if he comes at me at 150, I convert the 50 off and I turn it back to him. So I would take his 150 pounds, convert the 50, add my 100 and put 150 back into him. While taking his 150 off, I come in with 150, even though I create 100 pounds of force. Where do I get the other 50? I get it from my opponent by converting. Absorbing energy can never work because you don't have structure. How can you influence something where you have no structure behind it? You must have structure, and that structure is your hard force. That's why you must always approach it with a hard technique first, and the soft you convert. Never absorb, okay? You can never do it. You're guessing what your opponent is doing. When I hit him with 100 pounds of force, I know the difference. As soon as I make contact, I can feel whether he'll break in impact or he's going to turn me on impact. If he's making my arm come in, that's when I convert it. I don't ever absorb. Absorbing does not work. Like I said, you are taking the energy in. You allow him to take pressure into you. Your job is to always put pressure on your opponent. Okay, and the reason why a lot of people do absorbing because they're doing defensive. Defensive technique doesn't work. Okay, you want to do offensive techniques. So you want to attack him as he attacks you. Now, if he's greater than you, you're like, well, if I'm attacking him, is he not going to break me if he's much stronger than me? Of course he can, unless you convert. And that's the soft style. The soft style turns energy. It doesn't want to absorb it. So you need to approach the mental state of soft as in conversion, not absorption. You cannot absorb energy. You must convert energy. Converting energy allows me to still be hard at my opponent, yet takes his force off of me. That's why we arc. That's why we turn energy. We are allowing his pressure to come off of us while maintaining the pressure on your opponent. Absorbing basically means we are taking the pressure in, allowing him to put the pressure on us. And at some point we try to put it back. By that time it's too late. Most movements are done in half a second. You would never have the time to be able to absorb, then return. It only works in the movies and people who are cooperating with you. Do it to someone at full resistance and you'll find that it never works. Go someone hard at you and you'll see that it will never ever work. But conversion does, because conversion is about me hoping that he'll bend with me. It's me converting the difference. I'm always put pressure on the opponent. I'm always going to force my way in, and the difference I convert. That's why soft styles don't work, because most people are approaching it through the absorbing technique. You can't do that. You must do it through first the hard side, and then the difference you convert. I always tell my students, soft enough to bend, but not soft enough to collapse. Hard enough to hold, but not hard enough to resist. This is the balance that we need, but you must always approach it first with the hardness, never the soft side. Always approach any attack, any engagement you make through the hard side, never the soft side. The soft side is a byproduct of the degree of hardness. Okay, like I said, in thermodynamics, they say there's no such thing as cold. It's only lack of heat. Okay, so we make an air conditioner makes a room cold by taking and removing the heat. It's not by putting cold air back. It's by removing the heat in the room, and then you get cold because of it. So that's the same thing in yin and yang. You cannot create soft. It cannot be created by itself. It's a byproduct of you going softer by becoming less hard. Not because you create softness, it's because you didn't come as hard. And then the softness is a byproduct of that. And that is why you can never approach any combat as a soft stylist first. You must come at it as a hard stylist first. And you use a soft style to convert the difference, but never to absorb the difference. Okay, because again, you cannot tell what your opponent's force is until you make contact with them. So absorbing something is trying to guess what it is. I hit him, the difference I can convert, because I can tell. I'm always constant. I will always give him a force. I can be 100, I can be 80, I can be 30, it doesn't matter. Whatever I pick, I stick. I come at him with 100 pounds of force. If he doesn't break it, he collapses on me, I can feel him collapse, I can attack. If he continues to put pressure on me, I convert the difference. I will never fight the difference. I never absorb the difference. I convert the difference, which is why the strength won't matter, because if he's going at 200 and I'm at 100, I'll convert 100. If he comes at me at 300, I'll convert 200. If he comes at me at 500, I'll convert 400, as long as I'm 100. I will not have to change who I am. I just convert the difference. And that's how we want to approach any martial arts. On the hard side first, not the soft side. Do not absorb energy, attack the energy, and convert the difference. That is the system that you want to be learning under. You do not want to ever approach anything on the soft side. That's a guess. You can't guess to win a fight. You must make the win in a fight. So you must make the attack. You must make the hard, and the difference you learn to convert. So this is why soft styles will not work if you approach it that way on the soft side first. You must approach it on the hard side. If you want to make a soft style work, approach it with the hard side, and don't absorb energy. Convert energy, because absorbing will not work. You're allowing the energy to come into you. You must put that pressure on your opponent, and that's the conversion factor. So make sure you do that. If you're approaching a soft style, make sure that you attack hard, convert the difference, not absorb the difference. Those are two key factors that you want to do if you're soft styles and you want to make your soft style work. you must approach it that way, mentally and physically. So enjoy the video. Hopefully, we'd like to hear what your comments are, and look forward to seeing you again.